And you have reached the Center Court Podcast. I am your intrepid host, Willie Hurt, a.k.a. Chill Will.
I am the first mate on this voyage, Big J, a.k.a. J All Day.
And we welcome you on a voyage that we call the dog days of summer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 76ers are out of the playoffs.
They're in Cancun right now.
The Flyers are out of the playoffs.
They are in Cabo right now.
The Phillies are playing, and they are back to 500.
Oh, wait. One game over 500.
We'll see. We'll talk about my prediction. And the Eagles are back. You know, they're just doing off-season stuff. And the schedule was released. So you know what that means, my dog.
Time for the announcement.
The announcement will be made right now. But first, I just got one question.
Shoot.
What am I going to do? Go. 50. 50. 50.
Hello. How y'all doing, man? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. We have a party that we're going to announce to you right now. Due to circumstances, we had to kind of change some things, but, however, the party is on.
It is on.
And what is this party? It is official. It is an official watch party for the Eagles versus Steelers on 11/22/26 of this upcoming football season. Yes.
Hosted by the Center Court Podcast. Your boys, J All Day and Willie Hurt.
Yes. We are throwing a watch party / fish fry. Details to be announced as we moving forward. We are plugging up the flyers as we speak. But that is the announcement. 11/22.
Save the date.
Save the date. Make sure that you are in the building because the details will be going out. We'll be leaking little details. But we understand that November 22nd is quite a bit of time from now.
Ways from now.
It's a good ways from now.
So you got time to prepare.
You got time to save the dates, set your calendars. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just the stuff that we got planned for right now. Of course, there's a watch party, Eagles Steelers. That's of course. But there's going to be trivia. There's going to be a raffle. There's going to be giveaways.
It's going to be football. It's going to be us.
It's going to be football, drinks, ladies. It's going to be a great time. And we are just hoping that you're there because the NFL announced the schedule and the Center Court Podcast is right on top of it. Speaking of the schedule.
Yes, sir.
The NFL announced the schedule. They leaked some of it before the 14th.
Yes, we got little tidbits here or there.
Yeah, they make a show of it. They always got to do something, bro. But that's how we were able to come to the Steelers game for the fish fry. We wanted it to be a different game on the schedule, but that didn't work out. So we kind of settled it here. It's right in the middle of the season. But that's not the only thing the Center Court Podcast has working. And you might say to yourself, Self, what else is the Center Court Podcast cooking up?
What else is going on?
I'm glad you asked because the Center Court Podcast might be planning its first road trip. Yes, you heard that correctly, ladies and gentlemen.
Details are in the works.
Details are being worked on as we speak. So that's two things. A lot of people think that this podcast is just about sports. It's not.
It's about life.
It's about life and culture. And we are going to start being the culture. That's what we're going to start being, the culture around here. And we want you to be a part of it. So let's hit in on the schedule. Like I said, the NFL release schedule for a lot of teams. And, of course, the Eagles schedule was released. And we're going to take a look at it right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, we looked at the schedule, but we didn't get a chance to sit down. We didn't pre-show our win and loss predictions or anything on this. So we're going to raw dog this one.
You want to? Hey, listen. Let's pull up the schedule. What we're going to do now is we're going to go through each game by game.
Game by game.
Right here, right now, and we're going to call wins and losses. And let's see if the folks out there agree. Now, do you want to throw out an early prediction before we go out? You want to call it a number before we start, or do you want to just hop right in?
We can just hop right in because, like I said, I didn't even go win-loss. I looked at the teams. I looked at the other division we're playing. I looked at, a couple things here, but really just look at, the ups and downs, the grind of a season.
Right.
I didn't go, breaking it down by quarters or anything like that. Didn't do any of that. So.
All right. Well, okay. I'm gonna throw a number out there. I'm gonna call it 11 wins, which would officially make this a 11-6 season.
We'll throw it out there early. Okay.
Okay. So 11-6 is 17 games, right? So we play 18. Is it? Do we play 18?
It's 18 weeks.
18 weeks, 17 games. Okay. So I'm just making sure my numbers are right. Center court math ain't always cool, but anyway.
Look, center court math should be taught in the Philadelphia school system.
It should never. Center court math shouldn't be taught anywhere. But for this exercise, we're here. Okay, I'm going to call it 11-6. So let's hop in and let's start with week 1.
Okay, week 1, September 13th.
Okay,
we got the Common Horse.
Okay, Washington Common Horse, week 1. What do you think about that game? I'm counting that as a W.
I'm taking W on that too. I'm going W early.
Going W here. I don't know if I think they've improved their team, but the Common Horse don't have a shit together early. I think it may take them a minute to lather up, and I think that we get a W out of the gate.
So, week 2 on the 4th, October 4th, we got a 1 p.m. game against the LA Rams.
Now this is a football game. Early. You get a nice test early.
West Coast rival.
We've seen them in the last couple seasons, and it's been some dog fights.
Yeah.
And
this has been a good rivalry that's been building over over the last couple seasons between us and LA.
I think we dropped this one.
You gonna give LA this one early?
Yeah, I think with a new coordinator, with our new pieces, as far as the defense, I think maybe the Rams get one up on us here.
Sorry, so you're saying
1-1
early, 2 home games, 1-1.
Yeah.
Me, what's my call on this one? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go win on this one. Well,
you're gonna go dub.
I'm gonna go dub early.
Okay.
So 2-0 start for me.
Okay. Who we got up next?
All right. We got your favorite team to hate.
Who's that? Dallas?
The Cowgirls.
Got your Cowgirls up early.
Yeah, okay. So that's the October 26th. I believe that's the Monday night game.
All right. I see a W here.
You taking a W on that one?
I'm going W here because even if I didn't like us in a game, I would never say that we're going to lose against the Cowboys. But I think we do come away with a W here off that Rams loss. We're jacked for the next week, and I think we go in and take a W here.
I hate to say it, but early, I'm going to call loss on this one.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going well, I'll say it now, They're not going to get both games, but I'll give Dallas the early one.
All right. Go ahead.
Because we'll get to it. So next week, week 4, we got our bye.
Okay.
Early bye week on week 4.
No, is that you sure?
Maybe this is an older schedule I'm looking at.
Yeah, because I think our bye week got pushed to week 10.
You are correct. Yes, they did push the bye week to 10.
Yeah, they pushed our bye week to week 10. So let me pull up who we got here.
That's on me. Hold on, let me pull up the other one I got.
Yeah. Now, I wouldn't call it a loss. I will call that a win. I think we get them. We get the Giants week. All right, where are we at? We are.
All right, wait. Let's take this from the top because I missed.
You messed up bad though. What's that?
Oh man.
We start with week 1
That's the
versus-
Commanders. So then week 2
is the Titans.
at the Titans.
Oh, so man, we got to start from the top.
All right, let's take that shit. Let's take
Let's start from the top. All right.
That's center court math strikes again.
Oh man, here we go. My Washington prediction doesn't
That
change.
stays the same.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
That's the same for me. Week 2, Tennessee. We're both. I guess
we're
no
2-0.
surprise on that one.
Yeah, we're 2-0 here.
We taking 2-0 on that one. Now the Bears. This is interesting
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup here.
because last season they ran roughshod
Over us.
over our defense.
Yeah. Now, does the same thing happen here? I think
I don't think we get ran on all crazy, but I think it's a tougher.
the
Matchup,
Bears
tighter
escape with the
matchup.
W. In my opinion, the Bears escape with a thin margin of victory here.
You want to get that one to
We took
Chicago?
our first loss here.
Okay.
And the next week is Rams.
You could put me down for a loss on that one too. So,
Okay.
and we both took a win on the Rams early. Now, is it different for you week 4 with the Rams? That's here.
I think we can maybe pull it out.
All right, I'm taking a win on that too because I already picked a win on the Rams
All right. Next up, after that, we go to London for the Jaguars.
for the Jag.
I got that one as a dub.
I'm taking dub on that.
Next week,
Panthers.
Pants. As much as the Panthers have improved, no.
Dub.
W there. And I'm sorry. Who was that? Carolina. All right.
Now we're back to the Monday night game.
Now we're at the Monday night game.
That's Monday night
October 26th
versus the Cowboys.
versus the Cowboys. Now, I got this one here as a loss on Monday night. I think we dropped this one.
I'll take a loss on that one as well.
Okay. And after that,
We got the Commanders after that. We're at Washington.
at Washington. This for me is a dub. A dub at Washington.
I'm going to drop that one to a loss.
Okay. That's the first one that we've split on thus far. That's the first one that we don't agree on thus far.
All right.
After Washington,
We got the Giants, November 8th.
November 8th versus the Giants. I think this one is a win. I don't know if we get both games, but I think this one's a win. I don't know.
I'm going to take. We played them then. I'm going to go loss on that one.
Second week in a row.
2 losses going into the bye week. I hate to see it, but that's what I'm going to see. The city's going to go bananas.
All right.
Everybody's
Now-
going to lose their stuff going into the bye week.
Now we come back.
We come back November 22nd.
22nd. Now the 22nd is a special day. That's the day of the official watch party and fish fry for your Center Court podcast.
And I'm taking a W on that.
Yeah, I'm taking a W here too.
So remember, I called this. All the controversy going into the bye week, everything everybody going to be tripping over. We're going to tell you it's no big deal.
Yeah.
They're going to right the ship, come right back with a win. We're going to keep the season pumping.
Now, after the Steelers game, it's the Cowboys up again. I think we right the ship here.
Wait a minute. Did I call that one? That would be 3 losses in a row I called, right?
Ooh, yeah. You calling this a loss?
No, I'm talking about the other Dallas game. Did I call that a win or a loss? November 26th.
You called the Dallas game a. You didn't. You didn't call that one. I don't remember. I had it as a loss.
That would be a loss for me.
So okay, we both. I didn't mark it because both of us had loss. So I think we win the second Dallas game.
I do as well. We're going to eat turkey in Jerry World.
All right. The Cards the next week.
Win.
That's a W.
Colts is a tough team.
Colts are a tough team, but this don't add up to 6 wins so far.
I'm going to take a loss on that one.
You taking a loss on the Indy game. I'm going to take a W here. Okay. Because I think we lose the next week in Seattle. What do you got for the Seattle game?
I'll take a loss to Seattle.
Okay. After that, It's the Texans.
I got to win with the Texans.
I got a loss here. I think we dropped 2 straight here. I think the Texans might be a little bit of a trappy trap because they do some things well, and I think they take this one. Now for the next week,
You got the Niners.
yeah,
I'm going to win on that one.
okay, you going W?
Yes, sir.
I want a W here. I am less than optimistic, but I'm going to go W. And, of course, the last game versus the Giants, I think we dropped this one.
I'm going to say if the game means – see, that's hard because if it means something, I'm going W. If we're throwing – because I have to see what I already called for the season so far. But I'm going to go win on that one.
You're going W.
Yeah.
And, of course, that Week 18 is all seasonally dependent.
Right.
Because you don't know what the season looked like leading up to that point.
Are we resting people by then and you know,
Right.
content with our position, or
Right.
can we still get a different spot? So
And that's my biggest problem with an 18th week on the season, a 17th game, and talking about adding more games is that's the problem with adding more games, because you make games at the end of the season a little more meaningless. You know what I mean? And that to me, it happened the last year. We had one meaningful game in the last week of the season, and the year before we had the same thing also.
right.
So that's what I worry about with adding games to an NFL season, is that you make too many games at the end of the season meaningless. You know, everything's wrapped up and everybody's locked in a position, and then you got nothing left. You know what I mean? And then you just playing a football game for the shits and giggles. You know what I mean? But we tallying up the wins and losses.
So you went, actually you called it 12-5. You called 11-6 to begin with, but
Right, 12-5 was the actual
12-5. That's calling it.
Now, some of these are subject to change. You know, I don't think that we run the division as far as 4 wins. I think we probably end up with maybe 6 wins. I mean, it's 8 wins, so we probably end up with somewhere around 6 or 7 wins, maybe 5. I don't think we sweep the division.
I got it at 10-7 from what we called, but 11-6 sounds like the target you really want to get
somewhere in there. As long as you make the postseason, and as long as you are in it when the postseason begins, not super major injuries. You know, getting it's as much about getting hot at the right time as it is with being a talented team.
Correct.
So
with that 11-6 or 12-5, you called that's the winning division.
Yeah, I think the Eagles take home the division for the 3rd year in a row. I think Dallas does like nip at our heels a bit because they did improve their team, but I don't know if those changes will help them year one. I think those changes maybe take a year or 2 to get into effect, but I think they will nip at our heels a little bit more. But we take the division for the 3rd year in a row.
Okay.
And don't forget, 11/22/26. We need you in the building
Right.
because it's going to be a party that you're invited to.
I know you like fish. I like fish. It's my favorite dish. So come through.
Come through. Now, I predicted earlier in the year that the Phillies would not make the playoffs.
Correct.
Now, let's check in on where we at with this prediction now.
So you made this prediction, or the last checkup, a major kind of check on the Phillies.
Right.
They were down, way below where they were. I think they might have had maybe. I don't even think they had double-digit wins. They might have just cracked double-digit wins around that time. Well, since then,
since what's
that? April 28th, they have not lost the series. So we're almost going on a month now that they haven't lost the series.
Now they can the manager.
Let Manley run the team.
Now it's a different. Are we seeing something different now?
Wheeler came back. Schwarber started hitting. Things just started going on up.
Right. Now, does this help them reach the postseason? Because a surge after firing the skipper, you know, there's some lingering surge in there. There's some lingering kind of stuff. So
you cooked 30 games with the old skipper.
You're right. Now you did. You did. You said 30 games into the shitter with the
Yeah,
other stuff.
you went 30 games with this guy, and yeah, so
But funny how 30 games is the mark, right? Ain't that funny?
yeah, that we said you could probably chop out of MLB.
Funny how 30 games is the mark here.
We'd be winning. Well, no, not right at this point, but yeah, we'd be
You know, and,
a lot
and
better off.
We would be. Now, would canning him earlier have made a difference for us really like that, though? You know,
It was that the one and only thing.
that
Like
was holding us back. Was that the main thing?
I doubt it, but I mean, you got to shake things up when you got everybody just kind of walking around and sleepwalking.
Yeah, but it did prompt them to get over. They are game over 500. We'll see if this thing holds true. And I want to see some postseason baseball. I love postseason baseball.
Yeah, we love the Phils. That was just a prediction. I told Willie he was wrong, but we're gonna find out.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, but since then, beat the Giants, swept them in the series. Marlins dropped one game out of a 4-game series.
Okay.
2-1 against the Athletics, 2-1 against the Rockies, 2-1 against the Sox. Just swept the Pirates. So
Okay. Now they back in the mix. A game over. Now listen. I hope it holds for their sake. Because, you know, if you don't make the playoffs, it's blow up the roster time.
give them another week. It's a hell of a week, a hell of a month of baseball.
Yeah, listen. I want to see them do well. I want to see some playoff baseball. I like baseball under the lights, Red October and all that. I just didn't think we was getting it this year. But maybe we do.
We'll take it. Hey,
Maybe we do get it.
it's a nice little spot in Philly by the stadium. We like to go hang out. We'll go
Yes.
down there for some Red October baseball.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We was down there for the Sixers run when they won Game 7.
Yeah, when they won Game 7 against Boston. So
Yeah, we was right there.
We was in the house.
hanging out, man. You know, listen. Next time we out and about.
y'all know the spot we talking about, the 2 big split screens.
Yeah. Hey, man. Right now we in the dog days of summer. Well, no, not in the dog. We're not in the dog
Not days
yet.
of summer, but it's kind of the dog days of sports because right now you kind of everybody's
we're
in
out of
off-season.
basketball season almost.
Yeah.
The Sixers are done, so it kind of fades for us a bit.
So once the NBA Finals is over, it's really just going to be you really just got
Straight baseball, yeah.
Everybody's in the off season, so
We're gonna be bringing some more fun topics, mostly Philly centric stuff. But we know fans of other teams listen to the pod also, so we're gonna have them chime in. But we're gonna have some fun topics coming up. We're putting together all-time Eagles roster, or all-time Sixers roster. We're gonna be doing a lot of fun stuff moving forward, and starting today. Like we just said, the Sixers season is over. It's done now.
yeah.
Me and Jay all day talk outside of the pod, and we looking around to see how can the we talked a little bit about the Sixers improving the roster and what they can do
Doing the front office a little bit as well, right?
Yeah, what can they can do, and we just kind of came up with a game plan, as it were, to like kind of fix the Sixers a little bit. And I
Yeah,
thought,
so you threw a couple players out there, prototypes for free agency. Y'all threw some
right.
people out for the front office.
Right.
You know, different people we could look at to improve the team from our standpoint for what we see. So we did a little bit of scouting, draft coverage with the 22nd pick
Right.
from what we see might be available for the Sixers then. And, Will, you had your eye on a player.
I did. Now, this player's been mentioned on the podcast before, but only briefly. But we had a chance to kind of look into his skill set a little bit more earnest today. And that player we talking about is Chris Senack out of Houston. 6'10", 230 something. Power forward / small forward.
Yeah, 3-4 kind of combo.
Right. Now he does have some warts. He's not the strongest kid around. He does get lost on defense.
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally does like misplace himself. But even with the warts, I think this kid could come in and be a contributing player like right away.
Yeah, from what you need and from the deficiencies that we saw with the team through this playoff run, and even through the season, to add some depth and add some a little more from what you a little more effort on the defensive end and even on the glass. Like this kid, he he works good on the trying to get rebounds and everything, and he's a willing defender. Now, like you said, he does have some warts. You got to definitely put this kid in the weight room because he can definitely be pushed around on the floor a little bit.
Right.
But
From an overall,
back to the basket game needs to improve for what you would need in the NBA from what you're calling from the position that he's in. But those things are coachable and put him in the weight room.
Yeah. But I think his base skill set lends a lot to what the Sixers need. A stretch four who can stretch in half court offense, who can play outside the 3-point line, and who could he doesn't have much of a back to the basket game yet, but because he's not very strong. But I think once you get him in, you can improve his strength a little bit. And he's an athletic, bouncy kid. He can he's a good secondary defender, maybe not a great on-ball defender, but a decent secondary defender, shot blocker.
He can score from all 3 levels, 3-point shot, mid-range.
Right. Not like really a willing driver, but I think once he's more comfortable in a league with the spacing, I think he'll be this is the type of player that you could plug in today, and he'll
be able to contribute in some fashion.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't get a ton of playoff minutes, I think he'll be a player that you can count on moving forward. The Sixers have to get back into the habit of drafting first rounders and then making them a part of the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah, taking the time to develop these players.
Make them into the player you want them, you envision them being, and then plugging them into the club, making them a part of what you're doing. You can't just get them in the house. You understand?
Yeah,
make them into halfway something,
and then trade them off, or not re-sign them, and then just
then they go to other teams and they become players. It's a trend that's happening far too often.
And you're back in the same boat like we are now. No depth. I mean, we got a decent enough starting 5 to get into the playoffs,
right? But
never get past the second round
because you don't have the bodies coming off the bench, and it's just the story as old as time, And we watched. And here's another thing. I think that the NBA really gave an indictment on what the Sixers are doing over these last few weeks. 2 things happened. One, Doc Rivers was shit canned over there in Milwaukee. Then we get rid of our GM after he said he was going to look into what the coach, we're going to look into the coach. So both of those guys were here. Daryl Morey was here along with Doc Rivers. And both of them were just shit canned in the same weekend. Doc Rivers was fired for the second time, since he left the other post before. Doc Rivers was just fired again. He was here, then he got fired again.
Right.
We finally got rid of Morey. Both of those guys were running the show here.
My feelings on Doc Rivers. So.
Yes. So I think a big indictment happened against the people who have been making decisions for our 76ers over the past probably half a decade, and the decision making is pretty poor, and we can see stuff just from here. That whole shit with the Lowry, that thing still burns my buttons.
Right.
Why are we giving him? We are a team that lacks depth, and we give somebody a roster spot for absolutely
nothing.
We need bodies, and y'all anyway, but. I think it's a big indictment on what the Sixers have been doing over the last few years. Both of these 2 guys losing jobs. And, Doc Rivers would tell you that he wasn't fired, but he was. And I knew what that was going to be going in. The minute they hired him, I said, oh, that's
the end of that.
Yeah, that's the end of that. And now Giannis went side of town the whole thing.
All the stories we heard coming out of Milwaukee, it was like you said, it was a shit show up there.
It's a shit show. And, as Doc is a player's coach. And I'll hand him that all day, every day, twice on Sunday. But I don't know if he's the disciplinarian that a team needs to hit that next level.
Yeah, we heard the players late to practice and consistently. Nobody says anything. Nobody's fine. People show up when they want to show up for team meetings.
Right.
So
this is the type of
same thing that was going on here.
Same shit that was happening here.
Because Jimmy called it out. He said, "I don't know who's running the show here.
Who run the show here?" And I think for far too long, it's been the problem. That nobody knows who's running the show around here.
There was a problem before Doc.
It was a problem before Doc. Long before. And knowing that the NBA will step in and meddle with this team should it see fit is another thing that bothers me. I don't care what you say. They dabbled in what was going on here with Sam Hinkie.
Oh, yeah, they got
come on. Come on, they got him up out of
They
it.
got right over here and got Hinkie up out of here.
Yeah.
You know, they was like, stop it.
Come on,
The Spurs did it. Like,
yeah, come on, bro. Come on, man. But that's where we at with it. And I think Chris Senac Jr. Keep an eye out for this kid when it's draft time. Keep an eye out for him. And I think that if he falls to 22 where we pick,
that would be, I think, a good pickup, a player
good
that we can
pickup.
develop that actually can
right,
contribute
keep him
to the
in-house,
team.
develop him. He has the initial skill set to be a decent player, to be a contributor, because he has the tools in his game we need on this team today: shooting, rebounding, and defense. And we need all those things.
Yeah.
And he has a little bit of each one. He's not the strongest kid in the world. He has warts in his game, but I don't think it's anything that can't be ironed out with coaching and development.
Yeah, so that's a player we got our eye on. You know, keep an eye on a couple other cats who, you know, that we see.
Right.
And we'll update you from here or there. But, you know, that's what we do.
That's what we do. And I called VJ Edgecombe last year.
You sure did.
During the draft, I called it. I way before the draft. The minute I knew that we were going to take Edgecombe, the minute that the draft order was announced.
He did call that. You know, I was still up in the air.
No, I knew it. Once I saw VJ Edgecombe's tape, I knew what it was. And because I saw Ace Bailey's tape, and I said his layup package is weird. Like the kick, like he's got good range. He's rangy. He's a good shooter. I didn't care for his layup package.
Yeah, I was still iffy, you know, because I thought he might have been good to pair with Embiid. But then after they said the different things about him not coming to
Right.
the visits and all that stuff, so saying that he didn't want to
There
play.
was some maturity issues.
Yeah, so once I heard that, I said, yeah, we got enough of that. So
Right. Well, and I thought that the Edgecombe pick was stellar. Still, you know, solid pick. This kid could be another pick, solid pick. And we'll throw out some other names, like you said. We'll throw out some other names as we get closer towards the draft. Now we in straight NBA analytical mode. Now the Wolves have been eliminated. Now it's Thunder, Spurs, and we got Game 7 probably going on right now.
yeah, it's probably tipping off right now. So
Yeah, that's happening as we speak. So we're gonna go check that out. You got any calls for
Game 7,
Yeah, Pistons.
conspiracy says the Cavs are taking this game. That's what the conspiracy theorists are saying.
Why? What am I missing?
So I'm pretty sure the NBA makes a graphic for game 1 next week, the game 1 following up for the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm pretty sure they made a graphic with both teams' names in it to say, okay, here's our graphic for the Cavs, here's our graphic for the Pistons.
Right.
Well, somebody got a picture of the Cavs one and been leaking it. So they already determined that the Cavs are going to win. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure they make a graphic for both teams. But
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure it takes 4 seconds to cook up a graphic.
it just
that
copy and
says
paste, put the logo in and take the other logo
I'm
out.
sure they've been doing this for God knows how long, bro.
Right.
It's been going on for a while.
But I'm pretty sure they just want to have whichever. It's a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah.
We're going to have both slugs in here. So
Yeah.
once the
game
once this game is over, we can just push play on either one, and we're going to run that commercial to advertise the fight.
But that don't answer the question. Who do you think wins the game? Cavs? Oh, you did answer it. You said Cavs because the conspiracy.
Conspiracy theorists are picking the
told
Cavs.
you to pick the Cavs. What the hell? I mean, hey, listen.
I seen the artwork. I'm going with it.
I'm excited to see this Spurs Thunder series, dog.
Yeah.
I think the winner of this series wins.
Who wins the
whole
finals?
thing.
Who wins the NBA finals overall?
For
Yeah.
sure. And I had all my chips pushed in on Oklahoma City for sure. But this Spurs team is something special, man.
Right,
They
man.
are upstarts, man.
Yes, they are.
And I love Wembanyama, man.
But everybody else is just around him is gritty and just like
Determined.
Yeah.
There's a gritty, determined bunch, and I think this is going to be this Oklahoma San Antonio series is going to be a real romp, a real Donnybrook, and I'm looking forward to it. And I think whoever wins this series that it will win out. Nobody from the East can beat either one of these two teams.
Yeah, the Western Conference is going to decide the
finals.
the
this
finals.
year.
So
So yeah, that's my call. Who wins Game 7 tonight? I think the Cavs win it only because I think I like they line up a little better than the Pistons. I don't know why.
I think it might be personal. That's Tobias Harris factor. I think that might be what's bothering.
But there's the James Harden factor also. No matter how you slice it, it stinks.
But I mean, for me, I guess Harden didn't hate us on the way out.
He hated Morey.
He hated Morey.
Yeah. I'm going straight basketball analyst, like straight.
I go with my gut.
Objective
analyst
here.
I'm the official Philly sports optimist.
Yeah. I'm a little more pragmatic, but I think I like the Cavs roster better. That's just really all I'm basing it on.
I got you.
Evan Mobley, I think, is a prototypical forward for the modern NBA, and I like Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah. I like Donovan Mitchell too.
Ball player, I just like the way their roster is constructed.
Now, the only thing I think that could take them out of it would be, like you said, the Harden factor. If they let Harden be too ball dominant,
right,
that could cost them the game.
It will hurt you down, especially down the stretch.
Right.
You got to dance with who you brought, and Donovan Mitchell got you here.
Yes.
So he's gonna have to want to carry you, and everybody else gonna have to just be, on the wagon.
Right.
And I think that's the way they win it. But I do like the Cavs roster.
All right, so we're both taking the Cavs tonight.
Cavs it is.
Cool.
Fuck it. All right, well shit, let's go watch it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. And it's another successful pod.
We appreciate y'all.
We do. And hey, listen, like I said, for like the 13th time, we're going to, of course, mention him again and again moving forward. 11/22.
11/22.
Eagles, Steelers, watch party, and fish fry.
That's AJ and Deuce as of right now.
As of right now, bro. And hey, we hope to see you in the building because the details will be announced soon, probably on the socials once the flyers are finished being made up. And once that's done, we're going, and we are looking into details for a road trip. Now, this is going to be a hell of fun. We are putting the details together now, so I can't really leak anything about it, but it's going to be hella fun. You're going to have an opportunity to go on that too.
Shout out to Craig G.
Shout out to Craig G. Craig and them.
Craig and them.
Craig and them.
Spiced it up, so we've been thinking about it. So
yeah. But yeah, he put it in our heads, so we're gonna follow with him. And if something like that can happen, we definitely gonna put it out there for everybody, for all the listeners. And that's how we do it, bro.
Yeah.
So I've really only got one question for you.
Shoot.